thank you so much for coming today. We are thrilled and excited to have you. This class is called The Impact of Radio on Our Lives. And what we do, it's actually on the back of your program. We listen to old radio programs, and then we get the scripts for them, and we try out the ones that we like, and then we pick one to, or sometimes several, to perform for a live audience. And you're our live audience today, and we're excited to have you here. The class begins again the week of January 22nd. The registration information is on the back of your programs if you're interested in signing up. We have another class as well that many of the same students are in. It's called it's got a big name, Self-Awareness Through Improvisation, but we just call it improv. And it's a lot of fun. It's exactly what you would think. We play theater games and do lots of fun improvs, usually around a theme of some kind. And that class meets on Wednesday afternoon, so we'd love to have you for either one. Please feel free to pick up a brochure. They'll be available they'll be available the week of January 10th, the catalog. So please join us in the spring if you can. And on the front of your program, I just want to draw your attention that this is an hour and 15 minutes with no intermission. If you do need to sneak out to use the restroom or the drinking fountain, they're right over there. We've got exits on both sides here. We'd ask you probably not to come through the center doors because they're glass, and we don't want you running into the door if it's closed and you don't see the door. Also, yeah, it's dangerous. This is Frank Capra's It's a Wonderful Life, adapted for a live radio broadcast. The place is the stage and auditorium of a radio station in New York City. We are calling the radio station WMCC for MiraCosta College. And the time is Christmas Eve, 1946. And it's all of the wonderful characters that you know, including George Bailey and Clarence the Angel, who is trying so hard to earn his wings. And I just want to remind everybody at this time of year that the point of this show is to remember how much each one of you have touched everybody's lives around you. And you're all just special and wonderful individuals, and just to remember how loved all of us are and how many lives we all touch. So thank you all for joining us today, and now we're going to take it away. So places please, quiet on the set, and it's 5, 4, 3, 2.
Greetings from the WMCC studios in New York. We have a very special presentation for you today. It's a Wonderful Life. Playing a wide range of characters, I'd like to introduce you to the WMCC Playhouse of the Air players. Please say hello to Jerry Carp, Lois Daris, Nee Howard, Liza Illianna, Ruth Kadison, Jordan Lawson, Dawn and Sandra Loundy, Ben Scott, and Bonnie Smigel, with musical accompaniment provided by our very own Evelyn Lipson. Our Playhouse of the Air sound effects are orchestrated by everyone's favorite sound effects gal, Joanna Vidito. And of course, the host of Playhouse of the Air is none other than yours truly, Dwight Smart. Remember, folks, this performance is broadcast live. So feel free to applaud, laugh, or cry as loud as the spirit moves you. But first, our Playhouse of the Air ladies want to sing a song for you. Ladies?
1, 2, 3, 4. Sleigh bells ring, are you listening? In the lane, snow is glistening. A beautiful sight, we're happy tonight, walking in a winter wonderland. A beautiful sight, in a winter wonderland.
Thank you, ladies. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is WMCC Playhouse of the Air. We begin our story in the little town of Bedford Falls, where a number of people in the town are praying for their dear friend, George Bailey.
Please help my son George tonight.
Please help my friend, Mr. Bailey.
I love him. Please watch over my husband tonight.
Please bring Daddy back.
The voices carry heavenward, and Joseph, superintendent of angels, summons an apprentice angel named Clarence.
You sent for me, sir?
Yes, Clarence. A man down on earth needs our help. He's discouraged. At exactly 10:45 p.m., George Bailey will be thinking of throwing away God's greatest gift.
Oh dear, his life.
I want you to stop him if you can.
Sir, if I should accomplish this mission, might I perhaps get my wings? I've been waiting over 200 years now, and people are beginning to talk.
Clarence, what's that book you've got there?
The Adventures of Tom Sawyer. I was reading it when you sent for me.
You do a good job with George Bailey, and we'll see about you.
Oh, thank you, sir.
If you're going to help George, when he was a boy, 2 events happened that you should see. Look down there. See the town?
Yes, a group of little boys sledding down a hill, a snow-covered hill into the ice. This is amazing.
Come on, everybody, let's go!
That's him in 1919 when he was 12. Something happens here you'll have to remember.
Okay, here comes my kid brother. Come on, Harry Bailey. Thanks, I'll hold you up, scaredy cat.
George! George, the ice is breaking! The ice is cracking! Help!
I'm coming, Harry, I'm coming.
His brother fell through the ice, and George saved him?
Yes, but he got a bad cold, which cost him his hearing in his left ear. All that icy water. The other event came a few months later. George took an after-school job at Old Man Gower's drugstore.
It's me, Mr. Gower, George Bailey.
You're late.
Yes, sir.
Hello, George. Hello, Mary.
Hello, Violet.
2 cents worth of shoelaces, Violet?
Please, Georgie. I like him.
You like every boy.
What's wrong with that?
Here you are, Violet.
Bye, Georgie. See you later, Mary.
Hey, you made up your mind yet, Mary?
I'll take chocolate.
With coconuts?
Ooh, I don't like coconut.
You don't like coconuts. Hey, brainless. Don't you know where coconuts come from? From Tahiti, the Fiji Islands, the Coral Sea.
Is this the ear you can't hear on, Georgie? I'll love you till the day I die.
Yeah, you wait and see. I'm gonna go out exploring someday. You just wait and see.
Bye, George.
Bye-bye, Mary.
George,
Yes, sir? Yes, sir.
Did you see that piece of paper George just picked up? It's a telegram from Mr. Gower. His son just died of influenza, and he spent the afternoon drowning his grief in alcohol.
And, Mr. Gower, is there anything I can do back here?
No.
Here, let me pick up those pills, sir. Hey, what's in this bottle, Mr. Gower?
never mind that. Take these capsules to Mrs. Blaine's. Or get going.
Yeah, Mr. Gower, you put something wrong in those capsules.
Who do you think you're talking to?
Ow! You hurt my sore ear.
Get out of here.
Oh, Mr. Gower, you got that telegram and you're upset. I know it wasn't your fault, Mr. Gower, but look, you put something bad in those capsules. That bottle you used, it's poison.
Poison?
But don't hit me again. Don't hit my sore ear again.
Poison? Oh, George.
I just wanted to make sure, Mr. Gower, I won't tell anyone. I know what you're feeling. I promise I won't ever tell a soul. I hope to die that I won't.
Oh, George.
He never told a soul about those pills, Clark.
Did he ever marry the girl? Did he ever go exploring?
Well, we'll get there soon enough, Clarence. When George Bailey grew up, he had to go to college, but there just wasn't the money. So he worked 4 years at the building and loan, saving up to go to the university. That summer he planned to see Europe. Old Man Gower surprised him with a suitcase, and on his way home, he ran into his friends Ernie, the cab driver, and Bert, the cop.
Hey, Ernie. Hey, Bert. Hi, George.
Good afternoon, Mr. Bailey. Looks like you're ready to get out of here.
Hello, Violet. That's some dress you got on there.
Oh, this old thing I only wear when I don't care how I look. See you later, Georgie.
George saved up money to go away to college. His bags were packed and he was all set to go.
We're gonna miss you, George.
Oh, delicious dinner. I'm gonna miss you too, Ma. Say, Pop, what's the matter? You look tired.
Oh, I had another tussle with old man Potter. When we put him on the board of directors, I thought he'd ease up on us.
What's eating that old money-grubbing buzzard anyway?
He hates anybody that has anything that he can't have. He hates us mostly, I guess.
Hey, George, why don't you come to the dance tonight?
And be bored to death?
Well, you couldn't want a better date. Lots of pretty girls. I've got to hurry, gonna be late.
George, I wish we could send Harry to college with you. You wouldn't consider coming back to the building alone, would you?
I couldn't face being cooped up for the rest of my life in that shabby little office. Sorry, Pop, but I'd go crazy. I want to do something important.
You know, George, in a small way, we are doing something important. It's not too much for a man to want his own home. We're helping him get that in our shabby little office.
Oh, Pop, you want a shock? I think you're a pretty great guy.
Well, thanks, George. I'm glad to hear that.
I think I'll go down to Main Street, the last night in town and all.
Have a good time, son.
Who's that?
Why, that's Violet.
The little girl from the candy counter?
Hi, Georgie Porgy.
What are you doing tonight?
Not a thing.
What do you say we make a night of it?
Oh, I'd love to, Georgie. What do we do?
Well, let's go out in the fields and take our shoes off and walk in the grass.
What? George, have you gone crazy? Walking the grass in my bare feet? Oh,
Oh, just forget the whole thing. Oh, hey, Marty.
Who's that?
That's Mary Hatch and his sister Mary.
Oh, the other little girl from the candy counter.
you remember my kid sister Mary, don't you?
Oh, hi, George.
Hi, Mary.
Say, you wouldn't mind walking her home, would you, George? Oh, come on, be a sport, will you?
Is it okay with you, Mary?
Fine by me.
Great, thanks.
So George walked Mary home. Is that important, Joseph?
I'd say it is, because even though Mary lived only 4 blocks away, it took them 2 hours to get there.
Buffalo bells, won't you come out tonight? Come out tonight, come out tonight. Buffalo bells, won't you come out tonight? And dance by the moon.
Beautiful.
Gee whiz, you know something? If it wasn't me talking, I'd say you were the prettiest girl in town. How old are you anyway?
18.
18?
Too young or too old?
Oh, just right. Your age fits you. Hey, look where we are.
Oh, the old Granville house.
Yeah, I gotta throw a rock.
Oh, no, George, don't. I love that old house.
Don't you know about deserted house? You make a wish, and then you throw a rock.
But, George, it's such a lovely old place. God, I wish I lived there.
In there? I wouldn't live there if I was a ghost. Watch this. Pretty good shot, huh? Broke a window.
What did you wish for, George?
Oh, I don't know. Not just one wish, a whole pack full. Mary, I'm shaking the dust of this crummy little town off my feet, and I'm gonna see the world. Hey, you gonna throw a rock too?
Yeah.
Hey, that's pretty good. What did you wish for, Mary?
Oh, no, if I tell you, it may not come true.
Hey, come on, Mary. What do you want? Huh? You want the moon? All you gotta do is say the word.
Oh, well, okay, the moon, I'll take it. And then what?
I'll throw a lasso around it and pull it down. Then you could swallow it and it all dissolves, see? And the moonbeams would shoot out of your fingers and toes and the ends of your hair and the... You think I'm talking too much?
Yes.
Who's that?
Oh, it's old man Collins from his own front porch.
Why'd you kiss her instead of talking her to death?
What's that?
Our youth is wasted on the wrong people.
Hey, mister, you come back here and I'll show you some kissing that'll put hair back on your head.
George, George!
Hey, Uncle Billy, look here, I'm gonna kiss Mary. Watch.
George, get in the car, quick! Your father's had a stroke!
I'm sorry, Mary, I've gotta go.
George's father died that night, so of course George couldn't go to Europe that fall. Just as he was leaving for college, the directors of the building and loan held a meeting to appoint a successor.
We can't afford to do that. Come here.
Dr. Campbell? Ruth?
Oh, sorry. I want the board to know what George gave up his trip to go to Europe to help straighten things out here these past few months, and it was greatly appreciated. Good luck at college.
Thank you. I have a taxi waiting.
If you need anything, George, just send us a telegram.
Why don't we do this?
Chairman? As long as Peter Bailey's dead, this institution is not necessary to this town. I make a motion to dissolve the building and loan.
No, you can't do that, come on.
Peter Bailey was not a businessman. That's what killed him. He was a man of high ideals. What does that get us? A discontented, lazy rabble, instead of a thrifty working class.
No, come on. We work hard.
You're right when you say my father was no businessman. Why, in the 25 years since he and Uncle Billy started this thing, he never once thought of himself. Isn't that right, Uncle Billy?
You got that right.
Just remember this, Mr. Potter. This rabble you're talking about, they do most of the working and paying and living and dying in this community. People were human beings to him. But to you, you warped, frustrated old man, they're chattel. Well, in my book, he died a much richer man than you'll ever be.
I'm not interested in your book. I'm talking about the building and loan.
You do what you want with this thing. Just this one thing, though. This town needs this one-horse institution, if only to have some place where people can come without crawling to Potter.
Sentimental hogwash.
They're just coming out of the board meeting. I'll have to call you back. What happened, George?
Boy, oh boy, that was telling him, George. Tilly, you should have heard George.
Yeah, they're voting us down in there.
They're voting us out after 25 years. Easy come, easy go.
Yeah, here it is. Help wanted. Female.
George, get out of here. Don't worry about the board. They're putting us out of business. So what? I can get another job. I'm only 55.
You're 58.
Well, I tell you.
Was that the way you told him? What? Yeah.
George, they voted Potter down. We're still in business.
Whoopee!
We're still in business!
Yes!
But there's one condition, George. They've appointed you to take your father's place.
What?
Gosh.
No! Uncle Billy's your man. I'm going to school. This is my last chance.
You've got to take it. They'll vote with Potter otherwise.
So George Bailey didn't go to college?
That's right. He gave his college money to his brother, and Harry went instead. Became a football star, All-American. George waited 4 years for Harry to come back and take over the building and loan. Then he could still see the world.
There she blows. Say, Uncle Billy, you know what the three most wonderful words on earth are?
Yep, breakfast is served, lunch is served, and dinner is served.
No. Anchor chains, plane motors, and train whistles.
Well, if it isn't George Bailey. Uncle Billy, you haven't changed a bit.
Nobody ever changes here, you know that.
Oh, am I glad to see you.
Oh, wait, I want you to meet Ruth Dakin.
Ruth Dakin Bailey, if you don't mind.
Well, I wired you I had a surprise. Here she is. Meet the wife.
Well, what do you know? The wife.
How do you do? What am I doing? Congratulations, they're married. What is a beautiful girl like you doing marrying this two-headed brother of mine?
Oh, it's purely mercenary. My father offered him a job.
Hooray! He got you and the job. Well, Harry's cup runneth over.
George, about that job. Ruth spoke out of turn. I never said I'd take it. You've been holding the bag here for 4 years. I won't let you down, George.
Come on, Harry. Let's get your bags.
George. That's all Harry ever talks about.
Hey, Ruth, what about this job?
Oh, my father owns a glass factory in Buffalo. He wants to get Harry started in research.
Oh, is it a good job?
Oh, yes, very. Not much money, but a good future, you know?
Well, come on, Ruth, we've got a party to go to.
But Joseph, if Harry is married, what happened to George? All his dreams of travel?
George stayed behind in Bedford Falls once again. The homecoming party for Harry became the wedding party, and Uncle Billy familiarized himself with the spirits.
What do you say?
Okay, Uncle Billy, okay.
Maybe I should go home, you know, if you just point me in the right direction.
Right down there.
That way, huh? Old Billy alone, pal? Well, see you later. I'm all right.
George? Oh, George,
I'm out here on the porch, Mother.
how do you like the new sister-in-law?
Oh, she's swell.
George, you know that Mary Hatch is back from school.
Yeah.
Nice girl, Mary.
Uh-huh.
The kind that'll help you find the answers, George.
Mother, I can see right through you, right back to your collar button. You're trying to get rid of me, huh? All right, Mother, I think I'll go out and find the girl and do a little passionate necking.
Oh, George.
Bye, Mrs. Bailey.
Hello, George.
Hello, Mary. I just happened to be passing by.
Have you made up your mind?
But what?
About coming in. Your mother just phoned and said you were on your way over to pay me a visit.
I didn't tell anybody. I just went for a walk and happened to be passing by. Fella can't go for a walk nowadays without...
Well, are you coming in or aren't you?
Well, I guess since I'm here... Say, where'd you get that dress?
Do you like it?
It's all right. I thought you'd go back to New York with Sam and the rest of them.
Oh, I don't know. I guess I was homesick.
For Bedford Falls?
And my family and everything. Would you like to sit down?
Just for a minute. Still can't understand it, though.
It was nice about Harry and Ruth, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Don't you like her?
Well, of course. She's a peach.
Oh, it's just marriage in general you don't care for.
No, marriage is okay for Harry and Sam Greenwhite and you.
Mary! Who's out there with you?
It's George Bailey, Mother.
George Bailey? What's he want?
I don't know. What do you want, George?
Me? Nothing. I just came in to get warm.
He's making violent love to me, Mother.
You tell him to get right back home and don't you leave the house. Sam Wainwright promised to call from New York tonight, didn't he?
I guess so. How about some music? Buffalo gals, won't you come out tonight? Come out
What's
tonight.
your mother? I didn't come here to.
What did you come here for?
I don't know. You're supposed to be the one who has all the answers. You tell me.
Oh, why don't you go home?
That's where I'm going. I don't know why I came here in the first place. Good night.
Hello?
Good night, George.
Mary! Telephone! It's Sam.
Hello, Sam.
I forgot my hat.
Yeah. Hello, Sam. How are you?
Oh, great. Gee, it's good to hear your voice again.
Oh, well, that's awfully sweet of you, Sam. There's an old friend of yours here, George Bailey.
He doesn't want to talk to George.
He does so. George, Sam wants to speak to you.
Hello, Sam.
Hey, a fine pal you are. What are you trying to do, steal my girl?
What do you mean? Nobody's trying to steal your girl.
No, wait a minute. I want to talk to both of you. Tell Mary to get on the extension.
Mother's on the extension.
I am not. Well,
We can both hear you. George, just put your head a little closer.
Okay.
I have a big deal that's going to make us all rich, George. Remember when you told me about making plastics out of soybeans?
Huh? Oh, yeah, soybeans.
Well, my father's checked into it, and he's going to build a factory outside of Rochester.
Why not Bedford Falls?
I'll ask him. George, I may have a job for you. That is, unless you are still married to the old broken down building and loan. Ha ha! Oh, Mary!
I'm here.
You tell that guy I'm giving him a chance of a lifetime. You hear?
He says it's the chance of a lifetime.
Give me that phone. Now you listen to me, Mary. I don't want any plastics, and I don't want any job, and I don't want to get married, ever, to anyone. You understand that? I want to do what I want to do, and you're not going to trick me. Oh, Mary.
George?
Mary. Oh, Mary, darling, I love you, Mary.
George and Mary were married. And following the wedding and reception, George's old pal, the cab driver, drove the happy couple onto the train station.
Where you two going on your honeymoon?
We're going to shoot the works, Ernie. A week in New York and a week in Bermuda.
Look at this, Ernie. Our honeymoon fund. $2,000.
Hey, don't look now, but there's something funny going on down over there at the bank. George, it looks like a run.
hurry, everybody.
What's going on?
Pull over there a minute, will you, Ernie?
George, let's not stop. Please, let's go straight to the station.
I better see what it is. I'll be right back.
George, please. George!
We'll soon return to It's a Wonderful Life, but first, a word from our sponsor. Does your hair resemble a bird's nest? Try Gill Cream.
Brill cream, a little dabble do ya? Brill cream, you look so debonair. Brill cream, the gals will all pursue ya. They love to run their fingers in your hair.
And now back to It's a Wonderful Life. We're back in heaven again, where the superintendent of angels is reviewing the case history of George Bailey. Clarence, the apprentice angel, is eager to depart on his mission to Earth.
Poor George Bailey's in desperate trouble, Joseph. I'll go to him at once.
Now, Clarence, we're nowhere near where George Bailey is thinking of taking his life. Take a look. George and Mary just started out on their honeymoon, when they ran smack into the financial panic